Batman turns off the television and he throws the button over to the table. The one where he's been keeping the Psycho Pirate's mask ever since he got it from the man himself. The two land next to each other, and there's a slight spark and a faint noise. Batman turns to see what's going on, and the button sends out a current of lightning that hits Batman in the chest, throwing him back. He looks up to see another Batman, a man from another time, a man from the Flashpoint event called Thomas Wayne. Thomas looks down at his son and he calls out, "Bruce?" And in response to that, Bruce reaches out, "Father?" And then Thomas Wayne fades from the vision of the Dark Knight. So he calls up a friend. "Flash, something's happened with the button. Can you come over here?" And Flash tells him that he's a bit caught up with about 37 samurais attacking him. So give him 1 minute and he'll be there. Then Batman hears the telltale crack of a speedster's lightning. "You said 1 minute, Flash. Of all people, I never expected you to be early." "Flash? No." And then the Reverse Flash punches Batman to the ground. Quite the reverse, actually. With 56 seconds until the Flash arrives, Reverse Flash begins to talk. "My name is Eobard Thawne, and I've been dead for quite some time. I should be dead for quite some more time." And then with 53 seconds left, he stomps over at the button on the ground. "But a power, it awoke me. It called out to me, for me, and I am resurrected." Batman leaps at him, but he vibrates, letting Batman hit the floor. "Oh, you want to fight some more?" At second 47, Reverse Flash cracks Batman with a right, and then a left, and then an uppercut. At 46 seconds remaining, he throws another left and then a right. And then at 45 seconds remaining, he hits Batman across the face. With 44 seconds remaining, he grabs him. "You're still alive? How fun!" He begins to run around the Batcave, throwing Batman into the trophies and devices that he has around, until he finally comes to the letter that his father gave him from Flashpoint, with 37 seconds remaining. He tears it up with Batman calling out, "No!" And then he throws it in the air like confetti. "Oh yes!" And now we have 29 seconds remaining until the Flash arrives. Reverse Flash begins to vibrate, making it so that Batman can't do anything to him. And Batman tells him, "There's one thing I know about speedsters. To blur, you have to be touching something on the ground." And he drives a batarang into Reverse Flash's foot, pinning him there. At 22 seconds remaining, Batman gets up for round 2, punching with a right and then a left, and Reverse Flash sonic claps him into his monitors. "You have to know, you can't win!" Batman wipes the blood from his face. "Oh, I know, but I don't need to win. I just need 11 seconds. At the 10-second mark, Reverse Flash runs in, punching Batman over and over, and Batman even manages to get a shot in himself, so Reverse Flash pins him to the ground, pummeling him, and then he lifts him up. Batman looks him in the eyes. 1. And nothing happens. I guess overtime. Reverse Flash knocks Batman out and stands over him. Pathetic. He slowly walks over to the button and he picks it up, and he vanishes. He then returns moments later with a blue fire burning on him. God! He falls to his knees. "I saw God!" And he dies. That's when the Flash runs in, apologizing for being late. He tried to save the hockey player who was beat, but he was too late. And then he looks down to see the dead Reverse Flash and an unconscious Batman. Flash gets Batman up to his bed, where Alfred begins to take care of him, and he begins to go over the crime scene. The Reverse Flash is there as a skeleton, and he's trying to figure out what happened. Eventually, he realizes there's only one witness, so he goes to talk to Batman, and they decide to figure out what's going on. Batman tells him that Eobard said that he saw God. Flash tells Batman that he knows Thawne's vibrations, and there was something weird about them on his corpse. It's almost as if he traveled throughout space and time. How did he get back to the cave? Batman then explains that he put the button next to Psycho Pirate's mask and he saw something. A ghost of his father. They go over their notes. This all started the night that Wally West returned. Flash has also been seeing things such as Eobard Thawne and the helmet of Mercury. The helmet apparently gave him hope. Batman asks Flash what he isn't telling him, and Flash tells him that he'll update him when he gets info. Within a short amount of time, Flash has made his way up to the Justice League Watchtower. It is here that they house all of the artifacts that they've come across. He thought back to the day that Wally returned from the Speed Force, and Wally told him that there was somebody watching them. He never saw who it was, but they're out there, and they're waiting to attack. Wally said that whoever this was more powerful than Darkseid. Flash runs over to a sheet, pulling it off, and there sits the Cosmic Treadmill, the tool that the Flash uses to travel through time, the thing that he swore that he would never use after he created the Flashpoint universe. But as he goes to get on it, Batman steps out of the shadows. "This is my case too, Barry." Flash tries to tell him no, but of course, that doesn't work as Batman and the Flash get on the treadmill together. And he begins to run faster than light! All around them is a blinding white light as they begin to run through the time stream. Flash notices that things aren't right immediately. Around them are different timelines, separate from the one that they live in, different outfits, altered histories, even timelines where individuals have died. And behind them is a time storm, which is getting closer and closer, and the Flash knows what this means. They can't get caught up in it or they won't even know where they land. He has to run faster, but he isn't fast enough as he gets hit by the storm with a full kaboom! Batman and Flash go flying off of the treadmill with Batman holding onto it with a batarang and the Flash zipping around trying to get back on. But the white light of time begins to close around them. It begins to swallow them up, and then the treadmill hits the ground, breaking into pieces. They both get up looking around, and Batman sees that this is his cave, but different, and the Flash realizes where they are. Batman sees the gun that killed his parents, and he sees a glass case. He lowers his cowl as he looks at it. How is it here? I never recovered it. And then Batman turns to see another Batman, his father. And Thomas Wayne turns to Bruce. I did this all because of you, son. Thomas continues. Everything I did because I wanted to save you. In the final fight, the Flash gave me hope for you, and I put my faith into him that you would be saved and I would die. And the nightmare of the Flashpoint universe would end. But something put this world on life support. The nightmare didn't stop. The war continued, the fights, the floods, the deaths of millions. I was a fool to think that I could do anything to save my son. And now, my enemies come for me. Wonder Woman and Aquaman finally agreed on something, and they both have sent their soldiers to put me down. I decided to take them with me. But now here you are, and this isn't real! He grabs Flash by the throat, but the Flash vibrates out of it, telling him, Dr. Wayne, please listen to me. Something went wrong. It's been months since I repaired the timeline, since I left and changed it all back. But there's something that has kept this universe around, and we are trying to follow its trail. How is it even possible? The Flash says, kneeling down to feel the vibrations. Flashpoint was never an alternate timeline, but an alternate history. It should no longer exist. It's being held in place like those visions that we saw on the time stream. I don't understand any of this, but I have to rebuild the cosmic treadmill. It should only take me a minute. And then Thomas Wayne looks at the stairs. We don't have a minute. Both Batmen drop their cowls and they jump into battle as the Flash rebuilds the treadmill, and as they complete the fight, the entire world begins to shake. It begins to fall apart. It's being let go of, finally. Bruce turns to his father. Your letter. It was the greatest gift that anyone's ever given to me. Bruce. After I read it, I knew I would never get a chance to respond. But if I did, there was one thing that I wanted to tell you above anything else. You're a grandfather. I have a son. Flash turns to them. Batman! The treadmill's